All right. In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snuff 7. I am also your soul brother, number 1. Alrighty then. Live and living color, live and living color. How y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This is one of those commentaries where you don't feel like talking, but you want to talk. So just bear with me. I am so tired, had a long day, but I want to talk. I wanted to speak about this a few days ago or whatever. I just couldn't do it. Tired. Well, I'm tired, but I'm going to try to do it. So thank you for joining me these few minutes. Bear with me as I struggle to get through this. I want to talk about this particular subject. I also want to talk about the preliminary autopsy findings from the medical examiner, which the medical examiner who performed the autopsy on George Floyd, of whom is employed by the state of Minnesota, which is affiliated with the cops and the judge and all these other folks or whatever. They all buddies. They all in cohesion together. Is that the word, cohesion? They all affiliated. So the judges, lawyers, prosecutors, all these people got the cops back. Also, the law itself. When you're trying to sue doctors and lawyers and judges, there's a common law, no matter where you go, that is commonly accepted, and it's very difficult unless you can show malice. Unless you can show malice, that's another word for it. But you really have to show evil intent, that these people was out to get you, and their defense simply is, I was just doing my job. You can't sue me because I was just doing my job. I'm a cop. I was just doing my job. You had a suspect here. He was dangerous, out of control. I had to find some kind of way to get this guy, so I could arrest him. I was just doing my job. The judge saw the evidence, knew you was innocent, sent you to prison for 10 years. Then it took another judge that saw the evidence that the judge 10 years ago saw, but you can't sue that job. I was just doing my job. I didn't know. These people are protected by simply saying, I'm just doing my job. You have to go beyond, above and beyond, to prove that these people, they went outside, they did more than what their job required, that they was biased, that they was prejudiced. I should be a millionaire right now, but I'm not. You know why I'm not a millionaire? Because my case was denied. It was refused. Because all these people are part of the same clique. Now, here I am. Some of you know my story. I'm supposed to be a mental patient. I have a mental illness, which they never said what that mental illness was. But I'm taking medication, and I took the medication, so they thought, and they wrote. These are professionals. This is what they write. He is on the medication, and he is improving. He's doing good. He's doing good enough. They let me go home and all kinds of stuff. I never took their medicine. Right medicine that I cuffed for years. I still have it in plastic bags. So I'm showing you that your doctors is a liar. They knew the medicine. They knew from the very beginning I had no mental illness. The whole thing was a lie. I should be able to go to court, take my evidence before a jury, and let that jury decide. They don't even want you to go to court. We're going to deny it. They don't want a jury to see this bag of medicine that's supposed to be improving my mental stability, my mental condition. I got it in a bag. You're not going to get justice. Brothers and sisters, soul brothers and sisters, my Kemetic soul brothers, my African soul brothers, my Christian soul brothers and sisters, my Hebrew Israelite soul brothers and sisters, whatever you want to call yourself, we're not going to get justice. Keep messing with these people. We're not going to get it. We are going to have to decide. First of all, we need to change. The real solution is separation. And the beginning of that separation, like I always tell you, the beginning of that separation is what I call the Mississippi Campaign. But the Mississippi Campaign will not work as long as we continue to have this slave Negro mindset. It's not going to work. So you might as well just stay here and keep protesting, keep looting, keep doing all the silly stuff that you've been doing for the last 50, 100 years. That has done what for you? What has it done for you? Make you feel good. Like when you hooping and hollering in the church, praising Jesus. But then when you lose your job and all these bills start accumulating, yeah, good brother Steve, begging to be treated like a human being. Why we continue to beg somebody else to be treated right? Now you know, if that was your mother or father or cousin or neighbors across the street, you would not tolerate that type of behavior. You would give them the finger, tell them to go to hell, and roll. But see, these people, the difference is, these people control your food, your water, shelter, your job. They control everything about you. So you gotta find some kind of reason, you gotta find some kind of excuse why you tolerating their behavior towards you. Even when they murder you, you gotta find some kind of way, well, it's gonna get better. Well, it didn't get better for George Floyd. It didn't get better for Trayvon Martin. It didn't get better for Fidel Castile or Freddie Gray, and the list goes on and on. It didn't get better in 1921, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. It didn't get better. It didn't get better for Dr. King laying on a balcony with a bullet through his neck. It didn't get better. You need to make up your mind. You need to make up your mind once and for all what you want to do. You only have two choices. You want to be free or be a slave. Just make your choice. I'm going. It don't make no difference. They will make that choice for you. Right now, you are in slave mode. I want to remind you that we as a people have been more slave than so-called free. You got 400 years of slavery under your belt compared to a little over 100 years. You are more a slave and you continue to act like a slave. You have no idea of what it means to be free. You want to live in denial, fairy tales, you going back to Africa, all this other nonsense that we talking about. Build your black businesses, buy some guns. None of that stuff is working for you because it's not organized and it's not on a large scale. If you want to cause some real change in 2020, all that tiddlywink stuff is not going to work no more. You need to do something real big and win big. If you can't do that, just be satisfied as the good slave that we are. It's simple as that. I want to say that I'm on and I'm speaking right now because of a meme on Facebook that I saw. And the person that posted the meme, they say this meme cannot be refuted. This meme cannot be debunked. And in the captioning, it said hashtag, it's bad cops, not racism. Bad cops is the problem, not racism. Now, mind you, I do know this person, and they are a comfortable Negro like most of us. He got white friends. You know, he goes around in Caucasian circles, got white friends, and feels accepted because I'm a good American. I'm an American patriot. This person supports the military and the police no matter what they do. They support the police and the military and Caucasian people in general. It ain't about skin color. It's about, it ain't about racism. Because he has a decent job, had a nice job for years, just like Michael Jordan, just like LL Cool J, all these guys. All of a sudden they want to come out and talk about a little something, but they comfortable Negroes. I don't want to put everything they say down because maybe somewhere deep down inside of them, they still know and they understand the reality, who and what they are. So I'm not going to come, you're never going to see me call them a coon and a Sambo and all that silly stuff that Tariq Nasheed and some of these other folks will say. They can't help it. They live good. You probably would do more, but you don't want to lose your job. You live good. You don't want to drive an old beat down car. You don't want to get back on the bus. You don't want to sacrifice. You don't want to do nothing. I can guarantee you, a lot of those people protesting and marching, a lot of them, economically, a lot of them don't have a lot going on anyway. That's why they got the time and go out here and do this, because they're not doing a whole lot anyway, economically. But when you have a big house, you got a swimming pool, and all these wonderful trinkets that the racism allows you to have for the time being, it's like a catch-21. You know what's happening is wrong, and you do want to do something about it, but if you step up, you might offend your white friends. Well, you really know. Well, you know, Akbar, I'm not racist. You know, me and Peggy Sue, we're not racist, okay? But it's about bad cops. It's not racism. We almost destroyed racism. Racism almost don't exist. And you don't want to offend your white friend. You don't want to step on nobody's feet. You got to be careful. I'm so happy to be in a position I can talk any way I want to talk. And I don't give a damn whether you like it or not. It's good to be in that position. I don't have to worry about somebody getting angry. Now, if I am in error, if I make a mistake, I will apologize. But I'm going to stand on mine. If you my white friend, then you understand where I'm coming from. Why are you offended? If I have to go out here with a shotgun, if you my white friend, then you get your shotgun and you got my back. You don't be telling me, well, I don't think, there ain't no, we supposed to be blood brothers. There was a thing back in the day, and we used to see it on old Western shows. When I was growing up as a child, you would get a knife, and somebody you real cool with, y'all would become blood brothers. And you would cut your hand, and they would slice their hand, and you'd be bleeding, and you would take a vow. You my brother in blood. You mix each other's blood together. You got my back, I got your back. Caucasian people do not see black folks, soul brothers and sisters in this country like that. You're not their blood brother. They're not going, very few of them will die for you. They're going to step up for your issues. They're not going to do that. They'll put on a show as long as you don't want too much. See, the brother that made the film, he don't want too much because he got everything. Nice house, job, got everything. He comfortable Negro. So they like him. He don't want a lot. He's not talking about reparations. He's not talking about real justice and equality in this country. So they like him. They really wouldn't like nobody like me. Now, there are Caucasian people who have been listening to Angel Snuffing Up 7 since 2007. They know where I'm coming from. But let's get back to this meme. So on this meme, this brother has a black cop shooting a white woman. All of these different cases happen for real. Had a black cop shooting a white woman, had an Asian cop shooting a white man, and of course, the cracker cops shooting the brothers or the sister, whatever. And he's just trying to show that these are just bad cops. And he want to show that there's a mixture of the races. See, the Chinese guy got shot by a cop, and white man got shot by a white woman, got shot by a cop, and he want to show that it's just a bad cop thing. They're not properly trained or whatever. Well, I want to make 2 points. First of all, your meme is biased. Your meme is prejudiced in favor of the police because you're not telling the whole story. Do a real meme. And you will see what you will see consistently is the Caucasian cop shooting, causing the death of an unarmed, usually it's a soul brother. That's consistent. Sometimes a soul sister, sometimes a child. But what you see consistently, let's put them all in a row. You don't see black cops shooting white folks. That's not consistent. You don't see Asian cops shooting black folks. That's not consistent. You don't see Asian cops shooting white folks and black folks like that. That's not consistent. But what you see and what you have that is consistent, sir, you have there's always a Caucasian person, cop, and an unarmed, always don't have a weapon, an unarmed soul brother. This is consistent. So this verifies and it shows that it's racism, because what is consistent is white, black. White man, black man. This is a consistent thing. Who's the one dying? It's not the white man. It's always the soul brother. It's always the black man that's dying. This is consistent. So if you're going to make a meal, tell the whole story. That's what these people don't like doing. They don't like tell the whole story. So it is racism. And the reason why it's always a Caucasian cop and a black man, because of racism. Because of the conditioning of the minds of Caucasian people who are racist. Dr. Neely Fuller Jr. says all Caucasian people, all white people are racist until proven otherwise. Until proven otherwise. Well, I'm not racist. I'm married to a black man. I'm married to a black woman. That has nothing to do. Even in slavery, they slept with us and raped us. They love getting in our drawers. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean you like somebody. I heard a Caucasian man say, I don't like black folks, but I love my black wife. They always love your penis. They always love our vagina. That ain't never been a problem. That don't prove you're not racist. Now, show us where you don't mind us being in power. Show us that you're willing to vote for reparations. Show us that you don't mind us having 8 to 10 states in this country. Now you're going to get upset. See? That's what I'm talking about. What I think is a different way of doing things. You want to come up. See, these Caucasian people pretend to be, look, I don't have nothing to do. I had nothing to do with slavery. If you want to get upset about something, you need to get upset with George Washington and President Grant and Johnson and Jefferson and all them other racist suckers that put you and this country in this position. And see, these folks are liars. I don't mind giving the government giving y'all reparations to the real victims. Now they know damn well there's no real victim still alive. They know that. That's why they say that. But see, the thing about it is, whatever award is given goes to the descendants, goes to the family of those people. Just like if you died in a car crash, of course, you're not going to get any insurance money. But your wife, your children, your family, they will get the money from the car crash. Slavery is a car crash 400 years. Has nothing to do with me. They made it a way of life for 400 years. Has nothing to do with me. I'm a victim. Oh, you ain't no victim of no racism. You ain't never been no slave. These people, if you go out in the forest and you shoot a mama deer and she have 2 baby deer, they are the victim. The mama deer is a victim, and those 2 baby deer, those 2 fawns who no longer have a mother, they are victims. I am the son. We are the daughters of victims. The reason why we're here, the reason why we're going all through this, because our people was victims. And this country, this nation, don't want to pay for what it done. And of course, these are criminal. These people have no conscience. And this is your problem. You think these people have a conscience like you might have a conscience. They don't. I want to remind you, you begging the same people for justice, the same people, these are the same people and their children. They would dress up in their church clothes and watch a black man or woman get burned at the stake. They have no conscience. How can you eat? How can you have a picnic watching a human being being burned to death? They didn't trip off of it. They have no conscience. When I was locked up, these people don't have no conscience. First-hand experience. I was around these people for 10 years. They have no mercy. They have no compassion. I know this for a fact. You have to outsmart them. You have to be more slick than them. If you want reparations, you got to be slick enough to take it. Whatever you want, you're going to have to be slick enough to take it. They're not going to give you nothing, ever. So you can be like that brother. It's nothing but bad cops. It's a bad cop problem. It's not racism. You can live in your fairy tales and make believe if you want. The reality is, and history shows, these people have no compassion. Look how, look how wicked these people are. Do you know, in World War II, oh wow, we just don't get it. Do you know who you dealing with? Some of y'all call these people devils. I wonder, do you really believe that? I don't think you believe it. Really. You say it, but I don't really think you believe it. During World War II, do you know that Japan surrendered long before the dropping of those bombs? Do you know that? The president went on and gave the order to drop those bombs on Japan, they had already surrendered. I would assume the reason why they dropped those bombs because they wanted to see what would happen in real time if these bombs was dropped on human beings. And they were going back and forth with Japan. Who gives a damn? We're justified. We at war. See what I'm talking about? It's like a person you having a fight with, and basically they surrendered. They had enough. Oh, but you're gonna keep punching them and kill them. For what? The fight is over. You won. That's not good enough. I want to punish you. You ain't gonna fight me no more. I'm the baddest around here. No compassion, no mercy. Savages. These are the real savages. You're dealing with savages, beasts. And some of you, because the beasts, these savages, give you a little bit of money, give you a little bit of fame and fortune, a little bit, because compared to what they got is nothing. They're not going to let you get on their level. They'll give you a little bit of something. They don't mind a few individuals get a little something, but we as a people, no, that's not happening. You slave. That's your position in this country. Know your place. Know your place. What kind of man? You hear somebody telling you, I cannot breathe, and you just gonna keep the pressure on this man's neck. What kind of demon is this? As soon as you heard that man say, I can't breathe, the only thing you gotta do is let your knee up a little bit and see what happened. This devil consistently for minutes kept his knee, his weight on the neck of this brother. No problem. No compassion, no mercy. A savage, bloodthirsty beast. There's no other way to describe it. Your second problem in this mill, if it was vice versa, if white people, Caucasian people, saw that black cops were shooting down unarmed white men, you think they would not protest? You think they would not riot? You think they wouldn't go out and get their guns? They would do that and a whole lot worse. They're not going to sit around and tolerate black cops killing unarmed white men. They're not going to do that. And the reason why they don't react is because this is not consistent. There is no consistency. You do not see soul brothers. You do not see black men. You do not see African American cops shooting down unarmed Caucasian men, women, or children. That's not a consistent pattern. The only pattern that we have here is always a Caucasian cop and a black man. That's consistent. And it's because we live in a racist society and how their minds have been conditioned. Some of them, they know. Some of them don't. this same cracker cop, he'll turn around and tell you, I'm not racist. I was just doing my job. I'm not racist. And then he might even have black friends. Oh, yeah, we've been friends for 10, 20 years. He's not racist. You can be a Caucasian person racist indirectly. That's how you've been conditioned in this country. There's a reason why Caucasian people are on the top and everybody else is in the middle or on the bottom. It's not mixed up. It's not a melting pot. That's a fallacy. That's your imagination. It's not real. So we have George Floyd. His body was sent to, I believe, the coroner's office, medical examiner who works for the state of Minnesota. Like I told you earlier, the coroner works for the police. The coroner works for the police department. They all know each other. They have a working relationship. They probably go get a beer at the local bar together. They all in cahoots. And he's gonna come with a finding, underlying conditions, heart disease, high blood pressure, blah, blah, blah. There is no signs of asphyxiation. Now to counter that is, I believe the family had an outside autopsy. And of course, their findings was the man was asphyxiated. But see, we don't have to go to school to be a doctor. Your eyes, common sense tell you. I don't give a damn if that man was suffering a heart attack. I don't care if he got diabetes. I don't care if he got cancer. I don't care what his underlying conditions was. What killed him was this 200-some pound man with his knee in his neck while he laying on his back. Why don't you try it? Just lay on your belly and there's nobody on your back or your knee. You have difficulty because your lungs cannot expand. Your chest cannot expand when you breathe because of the position that you're in. So can you imagine? Look, some of us, for an example, when I was a child, we used to play football. And we used to play kill the man with the ball. I feel sorry for the man with the ball. Because everybody catch you and all these bodies start jumping on top of you. We did not realize it, and we may not realize it. A child, somebody actually could have got killed doing that. We got all these bodies, the person on the bottom with all this weight, you can't breathe. And sometimes when we was playing, I could hear, somebody say, I can't breathe. Now, since we friends, and this is just a game, as soon as we was able to hear, I can't breathe, everybody start getting up off this person. But see, Mr. Police Officer is not your friend. And George Foley, his last words, I can't breathe, his last words, he called out for his mother. We don't have to be a medical expert. These people and these excuse makers for racism go all out their way to try to come up with these incredible scenarios why the police was right. Because I guess they think everybody's a damn fool. You got somebody like Jesse Lee Peterson. Well, if he didn't if he didn't commit that crime, he wouldn't have been in that position. What that got to do with anything? If the police done his job the way he's supposed to, that man will still be alive. He put his knee in this man's neck so he couldn't breathe. So Jesse Lee Peterson, you just avoid that. You want to blame the victim. He should not be dead. There's no excuse for this. But this will go on and on and on until we finally decide to do something about it. But see, as long as you got a pretty car, as long as you can play on Facebook, as long as you got a nice house and a decent job and you can't wait till your next stimulus check, hey, nothing's gonna change. So be it. Nothing I can do about it. I feel sorry for the younger generations because it's not going to be better. It's going to be worse. And like I always tell you on this channel, if the right situation, if the right thing happened in the world overnight, you think this is the way it's going to be forever. If the right situation happened in the world, you could wake up and that gray bus will be outside in the black community, rounding black folks up, soul brothers and sisters up. They're giving you two choices. Well, actually three. You're going back to the slave plantation, free labor. You can get on the next ship to your Africa since you love Africa so much. Or you can take a bullet. We don't care. One thing for sure, this is over. This is over. Life as you know it can change overnight. Look how your life changed with the coronavirus overnight. This will be worse. The Jews of Nazi Germany thought, oh, that can't happen. They knew, they had an idea that something was going on, but they ignored it. I fought, I'm a German citizen. I fought in the war. I'm this, I'm that. Guess what? Get your I'm this and that in that damn, get in that truck, get in that bus, or whatever it was. And they start rounding those Jews up house by house. And they took your car, they took your house, they took your money, your bank account, everything that you hold on to, that you desire, that you love so much, they took it all. So now you don't have it. And you look stupid in the back of a bus. You look stupid, your body rolling down to the end of a mass grave. You look stupid. They still let you have your Jordan shoes and you on your way to Africa on that ship. A raggedy ship, not a good ship. A raggedy ship that might sink. If y'all make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. I don't know where you're going, but you got to get the hell out of here. And the sad thing, y'all keep talking about all this Africa stuff. These immigrants, these Arabs, these Asians, and these African immigrants, they will be helping them put your happy ass on a ship, in a mass grave, or back on the farm, and whatever. So, Like Elijah Muhammad used to say all the time, take it or let it alone. I hope I'm wrong. But one thing I'm not wrong about is your position, our position as soul brothers and sisters, black people in this country. You're not gonna never be equal to these folks. You're gonna always be a servant to these folks. You're not gonna never get justice from these people. They are criminals. They are savages. You have a better chance with a lion in the jungle than these people. You have a better chance with an elephant in Africa than with these people. You have a better chance with a rattlesnake than these damn people. Like King Noble said, that's a fact. We've been with these folks going on 500 years. You would think we would be sick of this. And some of the younger people are sick of it. They have no guidance. They don't know what to do. So the only thing they know how to do is throw a rock. Let's protest. Let's vote. Who they looking for to solve the problem? The same people that caused the problem. It's not gonna work. Because they're not really interested. Because in order to solve the problem, mean they got to give up something to you and they don't want to give you a damn thing. They don't want to give you nothing. They like seeing you suffer. There are people who like to see others suffer. There are people, when you tell them, damn man, I just lost my job, they'll skin and grin in your face. Wow, man, that's tough luck. But deep down inside, they like to see you suffer. That nigga don't have no job. He ain't gonna be buying no more high-priced liquor. I bet his car get repossessed. They want to see you do bad. If these Caucasian people wanted us to do good, they would be taking some of their resources to help us build our neighborhoods up, build our schools, create our own factories and whatever we need. They're not interested in building you up. They like you just the way you are. Trying to make it. Trying to get that piece of the pie. And what is the piece of the pie? From them. You're not baking your own pie. You're getting the piece of the pie that they give you. Not a piece of pie that you got for yourself. Well, I'm moving on up to the east side. I'm finally gonna get a piece of the pie. What east side? The one they built. What pie? The one they baked. If we had real black male leadership, we could have our own. Should have had our own long time ago. You still a slave, comfortable with the scraps from the white man's table. Now, sometimes those scraps look good. $1 million, $2 million, $1 billion, nothing but scraps compared to what they have. Jay-Z and Beyonce together is nothing compared to the wealth these people got. That one sucker, Bill Gates, is quadruple Beyonce and Jay-Z. And he didn't even have to work, and he didn't even work as hard as Jay-Z and Beyonce. Scraps. So you laugh at me when I talk about the Mississippi campaign and you need power. How are you going to get power? How are you going to get respect? How are you going to put yourself in a position to produce your own food, clothing, and shelter? How you going to do it? You can't do it the way you talking about. It's not gonna work. If the people want to be free, then the people need to do what's necessary in order to make them free. They are their own saviors. The Nation of Islam cannot save them. The Kemetic community, the Moorish Science Temple, you cannot save black folks. They have to want to save themselves, do better for themselves. And maybe if we was able to show them a way, has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do with your personal wants or whatever. Show us what we have to do in order to improve our condition. So when we succeed, we can say, we done this. I don't want to say, you know, Angel Snub Nub 7, he's the one, that's why we got the state of Mississippi. No, we done it. And I will not accept nothing else. We done this. You put in the seeds. You voted. You did whatever it took in order to control this state. You are the one that made it, that took it from being poverty-stricken to being one of the most wealthiest states in the Union. You done it, not me. I just suggested a way how we could do this. That's all. It's about us. We done this. I want to say in conclusion, and I feel sort of sad, but it's the reality of things. Some of you may know of a sister. She has made support videos for Operation Exodus Mississippi, and I've posted some of her videos on this channel. Our soul sister Ann X. It saddens me to say that our soul sister Ann X, she's dying. And I really don't know the details. I have to watch the video. Her channel is called Raggedy Ann, and she's making a death vlog. Her ailment has something to do with a hernia, and the doctors gave her a choice to be in the hospital to leave this life, or she can go home, and she decided she's going to spend the rest of her life at home. And she's making a series of videos until she can't do it no more. Her journey and her experience knowing that she could die at any minute. And Sister Ann X is a realist. You listen to her video, she's not afraid. That's just the way things go. We all die. But what makes her upset is her young son, grandson, who is only 7 years old, and her grandson is in a very bad family situation, and she hates the fact that chances are she won't be around to help him. So when I get a chance, I'm going to post the link to her channel, to this video. Sister Ann X has been a very supportive person here on this platform. A very sincere person, a very honest person, a very nice person. I enjoyed my time speaking with Sister Ann, and she's the sister with the her spouse is a Mexican man. She's involved in an interracial relationship with a Mexican And I was listening to the video, and her boyfriend or husband, I think he's a husband, I'm not really sure. But he's having a hard time dealing with the fact that she's dying. And it was just, I mean, for me, I just accept that reality. There's nothing that you could do about it. If the doctor told me, Angel, you only got 2 months to live, Angel, you only got 2 weeks to live, so be it. What can I do about it? It's time to go. Another thing that's not very good about her illness is she says that it's going to be very, very painful. She's going to be living in a lot of pain as time goes on. So it's very sad to hear, but I mean, that's just life. We don't know when it's our time to go. We don't know how we're going to go. But I mean, that's just the reality of life. I would hope that we would work a little harder and take these things more serious, because it's not about us. It's about your grandchildren and your future generation. They shouldn't have to deal with this on their watch. We should be the generation that says the buck stops here. I done stood all I can stand. I cannot stand no more. We should be the generation. Either we gonna be free or just be satisfied. Look, y'all, we just slaves. I don't want to hear no more of that black power, assalamu alaikum, hotel stuff. You're nothing but slaves. And we think time is gonna wait on us to do the right thing. No, it's not. So shout out to my sisters, Ann X, and I'm going to be following her vlog and keeping her company and commenting and talking to her on her vlog. And I appreciate you for joining me. I thought this was going to be a... Sister Noble says, shout out to Sister Ann X. I thought this was going to be another 20-minute video, but hey. And I didn't feel like making a video. Hey. I appreciate it. It's always an honor. I don't care if it's 3 people, 300, 3,000, 3 million. I'm just going to say and talk what I want to talk. That don't mean anything. Because in the reality, look, because the reality of it is, right now, I have three people listening. I don't know how many in the chat room or whatever, but Tariq Nasheed, with his 3,000 in the chat room or whatever, listeners, whatever, he has accomplished no more than I have, which is really embarrassing. I don't have any help. I don't have 3,000 followers. I don't have 3,000 people in the chat room. I don't have 3,000 helpers. But you have thousands of listeners, thousands of helpers, and you can't do nothing. Really, that's embarrassing. So I don't mind my little platform that Google, it's much bigger. Google play games with my views and play games with the videos. We are long-standing enemies. I'm the only one that actually took YouTube to court. You have all these other people. Yeah, Google do this, YouTube do that. We should take them to court. I'm the only one that actually took Google to court. I'm the only one. And the reason why soul brothers and sisters on YouTube, you're not being harassed and messed with like what was going on back in the early 2000s is because I took these suckers to court. And they stopped messing with us like they did. Because of what I done. And before I took Google to court, I asked the folks that was out there, let us file a class action lawsuit. Nobody, all these people with their big mouths, nobody joined me in the class action lawsuit. Nobody. Y'all like to run your mouth. And this beast, this Peckerwood, gonna put a shotgun in your mouth. Cause he know that's all you are. A bunch of talk. Throw a few rocks. Burn down the pharmacy that you need to go to get your medicine. Oh, that's really smart. Burn down the auto repair place that you need to go get your car fixed. That's really smart. And you do the same dumbass crap over and you predictable. You're predictable. And I predict your happy ass, you either going back to the slave plantation, you're going in the mass grave, or you're gonna be on that ragged ass ship that's burning coal on your way to the motherland of sweet, sweet Africa. That's what you say you want? Well, you gonna get, whether you like it or not. On that note, let me get out of here. I enjoy your company. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, as Don Cornelius always used to tell us in part, and I wish us love, peace, and so we out at 5,000.